All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello. Welcome back once again to Blame Your Brother, episode 140. We're back on Thursday nights, 8 p.m., blameyourbrother.tv. Go check it out. You can watch us record live, or you can get the podcast on Fridays. So whatever you want to do, but come hang out with us if you get a chance. We are Blame Your Brother. There are three of us that come to you every week. I am 1/3 of that trio. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%, the solid 5, Glenn Jackson, the spiritual midget, and I'm joined by this man who sits to the left of me, the man with a chip on his shoulder. It's my brother. It's Lee.
What up, everyone? I am the Peter of podcasting, the shepherd of millennials, and of course, the one and only LeBron safety pin.
And then we have this gentleman who sits to the right of me, a man who defies logic and expectations. It's John.
John here, a.k.a. Tico, the sole operator of the Disappointment Cannon, Mr. Groupon, Mr. PTI. I am Wild Man.
All right, so that is us.
I am Wild Man?
I am Wild Man. I love it. Okay, so we are here to give you a great show, but before we do that, we have to make room for apologies, retractions, omissions. We say dumb things constantly, so this is a chance to put it right. So we'll start like we do with the millennial man over here, the hipster himself. Lee, is there anything you need to apologize for?
I need to apologize for things that I said on the 5 Whiskey Patrick show, I feel like.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Is there anything you need to apologize for this program?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, John, anything that stood out? Oh, no, there was stuff. And John called you out while we were saying it. I forgot what it was, though. Something about you smirked the whole country or something. I forget what it was. Anyway, Germans.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
okay.
I did have a good friend listening to the podcast while I was driving home today, and he was messaging me, and he was like, wow, you guys are really, you're making me hungry. You're making me thirsty. You're making me hungry. We talked about bourbon. We talked about barbecue. And he's like, wow, you guys are really, what's the word, like typecasting, a whole groups of people. I was like, you got to give the people what they want, baby.
I did not jump into that conversation, so I am free of any German
I kind of feel like you are the leader of the show. So if one of us says anything, it pretty much always comes back to you.
Okay, that's fine.
So it's your responsibility to rein us in.
Okay, but to be fair, most Germans are weird. That is true.
Okay, so you...
I mean, yeah, I didn't say it last week.
So last week? Okay, thank you.
And let's go with this. Most Russians are kind of weird. I think most people not in America we think are weird, right?
You know who else is really weird as a people?
We.
Americans.
That's true.
We're probably the weirdest people.
But weird, as we've talked about before, is only things outside of your
perception.
Yes.
We're like a country that like has no money for public education or healthcare, but we spend like $500 million making an Avengers movie that people can't stop talking about. So yeah, you want to talk about weird? Look in a mirror, son.
I just said, they probably think we're weird, but it is a known fact Germans are weird. Anyway, so anything else?
I'm good. I think that's it.
John, anything?
I apologize for not partaking of the whiskey.
I mean, you don't have to apologize for that.
Really? I've got some if you want to make up for it right now.
No, we're good.
Okay.
What would it take? What would it take for you to...
Oh, here we go.
You ain't got that kind of money, bro.
What would it take? Just not even money. What if we bought you like a jet or something,
Oh.
You can just give me the money for the jet.
Okay.
What would it take? What would it take? What if we let you sit in the number...
$25 million.
Sure.
$5 million.
Yeah.
$10,000.
So
no.
$5 million.
You wouldn't drink a glass of whiskey for $10,000.
Nope.
A fool and his money are
Sign
soon
me
departed.
up. Yes, tonight's episode is brought to you by Coca-Cola Orange Vanilla, the drink that satisfies your thirst needs. All right, so you're good. You're not going to drink for under $5 million. I think I'm good. So we will say we went on 5 Whiskey Patrick's podcast on Monday. Thanks so much for inviting us out. His studio where Big D and Bubba record is amazing. We loved it. Very, very nice studio. If we had the money and the time, we could make it. But hey, everybody's impressed with ours when they come out.
It makes me want to pick up drywalling and start expanding out,
Yeah.
Throw a little money at this, see what we can make of it.
It'd be nice.
But we could get John to just drink a glass of whiskey. Maybe we could get somewhere.
Oh, what if he would build an entire studio if he drank one shot of whiskey?
If you guys get somebody to pay me $5 million,
That's it.
to drink a glass of
No,
whiskey.
that's not what he said. It
Then
said-
I'll build you guys a studio.
No. That might take that one's off the table.
obviously.
He's gonna build an entire studio. You have to take a shot of whiskey. Are you in or you out?
I'd have to see the plans for it.
Oh my God!
I'd have to see the plans. I can come up with some plans if you're going to drink a glass of whiskey, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, we got comments from the chat already.
Yeah. Won't put liquor on the inside, but the magic underwear on the outside. That's from Jason Steen, who we got to talk about Jason because he has
Jason.
stirred up some stuff this week.
Jason.
But anyways,
This week?
yeah, well, specifically this week. So we did go on this podcast. We had a fantastic time. I think it's a great episode. If you love this, go check it out if you haven't already done so. I know a lot of the blamers did. We appreciate that. Let them know, there's a few of us out there, 5 or 6. But seriously, if you haven't, go check it out. If you love this show, you're going to like that one. It was a free-form conversation. We offended probably a bunch of people again. That's just what we do. So
Yeah.
we talked about a lot of things, and it was a good time. So thank you so much, Patrick. Go check out his podcast, 5 Whiskey Patrick. You'll enjoy it if you like this one. It's conversations with his friends and people he knows. So very, very cool. That was a fun experience, and thank you so much for coming on ours. So go check it out, guys. Okay, so we did that. So did you need to apologize for statements on that show?
I mean, I feel like I'd just go listen to it, and then we'll talk.
Just everything Lee said.
Everything Lee said. All right, good. Okay, so weeks here. Last week we recorded on Wednesday, and then Thursday was my birthday. So I did get to celebrate my birthday, and I did that by going to the NFL draft.
Happy birthday, old man.
Thank you. I did feel old at the NFL draft. So what it was, the NFL draft experience was the entire, basically, lower end of Nashville was all set up. And they had I'm sure you guys have seen this it's on our Instagram. It's on our Twitter. I tried to kick a 20-yard field goal.
I did see that.
Ooh, that did not.
Even using the word try is like a stretch.
Well,
I think that ball kicked you, in fact.
Well, Corey's was about as bad, and so our thing was like when we got up there in the line, it was like an hour wait. We're like, you're never going to get to do this again. And we're sitting there going, no way, no way, no way. And then you get up there and you're like, I got this. This can't be that. Because you see, not many people did it now. I mean, out of like hundreds of people, I saw maybe 5 or 6 do it. But, you get up there and you're like, hey, I got this. It's simple. If these dumb jocks can do it, surely I can. I'm smarter than them. Wrong answer, dude. And then I ran the 40-yard dash against my younger coworker, and
He smoked you.
ooh, he smoked me. I ran a terrible time. I left that event feeling like I was 75 years old. We did the vertical jump. I am pleased to announce I have a 32.5-inch vertical, so that's pretty good for an old man. The guy I worked with, 35-inch vertical. Corey, I know he's listening. I don't want to put his business out here, but I'm going to. 29-inch vertical. But he's also 6'3", so he doesn't have to jump as high, so okay, he was out. But no, it was fun. There was a lot of stuff like that. You could go see Lombardi trophies, Super Bowl rings. It was a good time, and then went and saw the draft itself. Insane amount of people there. It was wild. I mean, it was 100,000 people on the streets of Broadway. And it was fun when Roger Goodell came out. We booed him every time. That was so much fun. That's like the most fun part of it. You got to watch teams pick. There was fans of every team out there. And this is the coolest thing about it. I didn't see one fight. I didn't see one belligerent fan. Well, I saw half. I think he was more pumped up than belligerent. He was like, "Come on, man, that's all." But I didn't see anybody like trash talking too bad. It was crazy. I mean, for me, that's crazy. That many people got together, and I don't even think there was that many arrest reports there. So good on you, Nashville. It looked good for us, and now the big talk is, can Nashville get the Super Bowl? It's like, no. Not with the stadium we got right now, we can't. But it would be fun. That would be a fun event. So that's how I spent my birthday. Had a good time. Titans picked somebody. Don't know who it was, but it was fun when the team would make a bad pick, quote unquote, and the crowd would just lose their mind. Like the fans would just lose. Like they real quick, Giants picked this quarterback like way too high, and people were not happy. I mean, there were some Giants fans like, no, they just like screaming. So it's pretty good. So yes, fun event. Thanks. Hung out with Corey and Jeff and my buddy Clay at work, and we had a good time. So enjoyed it quite a bit. And then I went and saw Avengers, which we're not allowed to talk about, Saturday. Go see it.
Just give us one spoiler.
Spoiler: it starts off with the Avengers title screen.
Actually,
Not
it
really.
doesn't.
Oh, well, there you go. John just spoiled it for you. I was giving fake spoilers, and
Is a fake spoiler any better or worse than a real spoiler?
Okay, I'll give you a real one. And this is wild.
Don't give no
No,
spoilers.
this is wild, though.
Don't give any spoilers. We've talked about this.
Batman somehow makes an appearance at the end of the movie. And I was confused because he is a DC product. And it was Christian Bale as Fat Batman because he had just done the role in Vice. He looked like he weighed 300 pounds. And it was kind of weird. And Robin showed up, too. Chris O'Donnell.
Was Robin fat?
Yeah, Chris O'Donnell in tights. It was weird.
Was he wearing a fat suit?
He was. He was. So go see it. It's a great movie. Go check it out for sure. You will love it. But, you know, while we're just talking about that, Lee, is it time for the minute Game of Thrones recap?
Okay.
All right. We're going to put 1
Start
minute
the timer.
on the clock, and you're going to just discuss. Do you discuss it? We don't watch the show. So you literally could just tell us, like, big spoiler alerts, and we would just be like, we don't even know what you're talking about, dude. Are you speaking in broad terms, or are you, like, spoiling it?
I'm completely running the show for anyone that has not seen it.
Well,
Tell us Tales of Westeros or whatever it's called.
Yes. Now it is time for Tales of Westeros.
all right. I don't
Gather
know.
around, children.
Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. So ready, go.
Okay, so it got really dark, and then the army of the dead walked up to the castle, and everyone was like, what's going on? It's the Game of Thrones spoiler time. And then, like, there was a tree and a kid in a wheelchair, and then there was, like, people gathered on the fire, and then the little woman showed up, and she had, like, red robes, and she was like, let me turn your swords on fire. And then they ran in, and everyone blew up and died. And then they were like, oh, that's not going to stop us. So they were like, throw down the fire. And then there was fire, and people died, and the zombies poured over on top, and there was people dying. And then they were like, then there was no one. It's just inside the castle, and everyone's walking around. And it's like, oh, no, you were born to do this. You were destined to kill them. And then it's like, the dragons are flying in the air. And then, like, at the end of the day, everyone was just complaining it was too dark.
You still have some time.
That's
Is that
all.
it?
It was a short episode.
It was how can I spoil? I've never watched it, but I just read a couple of articles said it was a pinnacle moment for feminism in the world.
a pinnacle moment for feminism.
I've read that.
It's sad that the pinnacle moment of feminism would be an HBO special. That is sad.
No, sometimes media does.
That is sad.
a pinnacle.
If
moment.
that is the best that feminism can offer us, is a HBO TV show that run a book, then I see
brother.
why women walk around pissed all the time. Okay, I understand.
The power of media in 2019, 2000
Would
up.
it have been better if it was a scene in Avengers that was a feminist pinnacle moment?
Would it have been better or worse?
That's what I'm asking
Maybe
you.
better. Maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like anything would be better than HBO.
Do you agree with that statement without giving any spoilers away?
No, I don't think it was a pinnacle of feminism. I just said that's a ridiculous statement
So-
to make. Anyone that says that's
But don't you think in most shows the man would have got the big moment? In this one, it was one of the many female characters that got the big moment to shine. Does that put her in line for the one throne to rule them all? Oh, I'm sorry. That's another
That's One
movie.
Ring.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It might as well be the same movie. What is the stupid thing called? Who shall sit atop the Iron Throne?
Yeah,
Why is it make it out of gold, bro? Why is it made out of iron?
I think it's like made out of swords that were melted by a dragon or something.
What's so special about the throne?
It's just like everyone wants to be king, you know?
Why? You'll get assassinated in that world in like 10 seconds.
Because it's good to be the king.
Is it? I don't think it is. I think that's the same kings did just to make you feel good about them. Constant pressure. People might riot, kill you.
Yeah, but like
assassins coming in.
So in the show, they show the conditions in the streets, and like people are killing birds to eat it and survive.
Well, yeah.
And like the king is just always sitting around drinking wine, whatever they want. Sex, money, rock and roll.
Yeah,
they
baby.
come, they bring it to them. They don't even have to really
But
do anything for it.
you're living the dangerous life.
Is it really that dangerous?
In this show, it is. Yeah. Right?
No, not
Yeah,
really.
and there's deaths all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're more likely to die a peasant.
All right. Whatever. Sure. I'll go with you. All right. So, pinnacle moment of feminism this
If
week.
that's what, I mean, if someone needs that, then I don't want to take it away from them, okay? But I'm just saying I would personally feel like feminism should try harder if that's what they're hanging their jacket
Sometimes you need a Rosie the Riveter.
start
you
somewhere.
sometimes you need Uncle Sam. You need these characters to help push a movement forward.
on.
Sometimes you need people.
That's
Not
fine.
sometimes, hey, that
I just wish they were real. That's all.
They are out there real. Are you saying?
I feel like Rosie the Riveter was real.
No, she wasn't real.
Arya Stark is far from anything that's
I didn't
realistic
say
in
anything.
the world.
I didn't say anything about Arya Stark. Who is that? I don't know what you're talking about. See, you just spoiled it, man. You just did it.
No,
Look at you. No,
spoiled
did
it.
I spoil it? Did
No,
I say the name?
You just spoiled it.
Did I say the name?
You know, there's a special place in hell just for
You know what's true?
not people like you.
You know what's funny?
Just for you.
You know what's
They've got
funny?
an iron throne. It's called the Dave throne.
But here's
And
what's
you
funny.
you're gonna go sit
Bro,
on it.
I don't even know what the name you just said. I couldn't name you 3 characters on the show. Jon Snow, and then you just said, he said Arya? What is Arya Stark?
Can we just move past this?
Okay, that's 2
You're-
characters.
look,
the
I'm just not
midget,
gonna sit-
the midget, he's called a midget on the show. That's his name that's what they call him on the show. So I'm saying he's a little person, but the midget guy is Tyrion Lannister.
Yes, that's exactly 100% accurate.
Yes, there are 3 characters.
Tyrone.
Tyrone Lannister.
Tyrone.
Oh, they should have got the guy from who's the little guy from Friday, right? Who's the wife's cheating on him with Preacher. They should have got him and call him Tyrone Lannister, dude. That'd been awesome. All right, Game of Thrones over. So that was my week. So what'd you do this week? Anything worth the darn?
Yeah, I went to a couple of shows. I went to like a show where it was local Nashville artist covering other local Nashville artist songs. That was pretty cool.
So you went to the Becky Warren show on April 25th.
It was a benefit show for local Nashville artists. She was there, but it wasn't.
Did
her
she do
show.
a cover?
She did.
Yeah. If you name 3 songs, I could tell you what it was, but I forgot.
If I could name 3 songs.
Anyways, which song did she do?
She did Company Town.
Okay, I wouldn't name that. I thought she put something out. I thought it was gonna be a different song. So that was April 25th.
Sure.
So you could have come hung out with your boys.
Oh,
at
the draft. Yeah, I wasn't trying to get down there in that madness.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw pictures of it. It was kind of crazy.
All right,
It was
so,
like multiple city blocks, ass to elbow,
yeah, it was good.
forever.
So you saw, like I said, blamer of the show, former guest Becky Warren, who you obviously went there to see, right?
Well, no, there was a lot of people. Annie McHugh did a Kashana Armstrong song that was really good. I saw there's Crates was playing cello. That was really cool. She actually played on several songs. So
I hear words.
I know you don't understand.
I hear
That's
names,
fine.
I should say. I don't know who you're talking. Okay, so that was a good show.
It was a good show.
All right, good. Well, I see Becky Warren having success.
And then I went and saw like a jam band show, I guess you would call it. I don't know.
yeah.
Modern jammy. It's like the dude started drinking from a whiskey bottle and he started standing up on his piano and dancing around. And they had like a conga line of horns circling the building. Like everyone left the building in a conga line. Was walking around the building and then went back inside.
John, what do you think of that?
So it's like Jericho from the Bible.
There's this dude playing a trumpet, and they brought out. So the first band was really good. They brought out the piano player, and he's sitting there playing piano, and they're doing battles. And the dude has to like some member of the band would play, and the dude has to match him on piano. So the trumpet player came over. I've never seen someone's face turn so red in my life. I thought the dude was going to pass out.
He may have been
Trumpeting.
more than the infamous. Who's the trumpet player? Where his
Miles
cheeks are
Davis?
that big?
No,
Gillespie?
Yeah,
Louis Armstrong.
one of them. There's a picture of him, and his cheeks. I mean,
No, his cheeks weren't puffed out. His face was red.
no, but I'm saying
Pay attention.
The picture I'm talking about, you would say no one could do that. I mean, these look like balloons are in his mouth. It's crazy. Yeah, those guys can do crazy
Chipmunking
things.
is
Yeah,
what it's called.
it's crazy. I don't know.
Just made that up.
Where'd you go? Big Bang Bar. That's what Rusty said in the chat.
Third and Lindsley.
All right.
All right, exciting.
So
John,
there you go. All right, John, what about you?
did you nail any copper nails into trees or anything this week?
No, I saw the movie. And
The movie.
The movie. Everybody knows what I mean. That was about it. That's the only real notable thing I did.
But you have to tell us the way in which you saw the movie. I think that was notable.
We saw it in the drive-in because we had to take the baby with us because she's got to be fed at least every 3 hours. So
I didn't even know
Since the
drive-ins
movie.
existed anymore.
Oh, yeah.
they do.
Would you have to drive like to Kentucky or something?
No, there's a couple here in Nashville. Well,
Not
There's
now.
Just
a couple
outside
in
of
Nashville.
Yeah.
there's one in a place called Watertown. It's east of
Watertown is
Nashville.
nowhere close to Nashville.
It's within 40 minutes.
It's not too far, bro. It's
Alright.
not in Kentucky.
Kentucky.
There's
so
one-
you went to
there-
And then
Kentucky.
there's
for
one in
Gunther.
Woodbury.
Yeah, there's one out in Tullahoma that we go to sometimes. And
Tullahoma, Kentucky.
Tullahoma, Tennessee. Stick with us here. You'll learn. We have not gone to any
I don't know why
Kentucky
you
drive-ins
Just
lately.
tell them you went to Kentucky. I don't see what the big
So
deal is.
yeah, they're fun to go to. So I mean, it's a
Yeah.
good time, especially if you have family. Like I said, kids want to run around or they get kind of cranky. It's good. It's fun. You can. I mean, it's not the best picture ever. It's not the same as a theater, but it's fun. I've been to many in the last couple of years.
Do you feel cheated that you got to see the movie on not the best picture?
No.
No, but he missed like the first 20 minutes of it.
You just keep getting.
Yeah, I was.
Knock
I
down a
was.
peg
I
here.
was. I was getting food, and I was in the concession line, and so
It happens.
yeah.
Kids and wife, it happens. So there we go. So that was your week.
I kind of want to take a moment to shed a tear for John.
Okay. Well,
I wish I could. I wish I had the. Wish I had the ability to manipulate time. I would go back and change it to where you could see those 20 minutes on a. real movie screen.
Interesting analogy there. Time travel. All right. Anyway, so if anyone's seen the movie, they know what's up. You don't. All right. So let's get into anything else. You want to get into the news? You want to kick it off? We got anything worthy to? Oh, let's talk about Jason Steen this week. So Jason Steen's been reporting on Mr. David Briley, the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee. And, not a fan, I would say. He's not, judging on the tweets he did. But he did one this week, and, yeah, I follow him. I do follow all of his tweets. I like it. I think it's interesting. Always good stories on there. Somebody, oh, man, these stories, you just blah, blah, blah. Dude, get off of it. Okay, he's reporting arrests. He's reporting sensational things. If you don't like it, follow him and bitch. I mean, he would say, yeah, follow me and bitch about it. Don't unfollow him. But so anyways, David Briley has this plan where basically they're going to turn over the city of Nashville's parking to a private company. I know Lee's rejoicing about that, right? Where they'll be collecting the fees and.
Why would I be rejoicing about that?
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
You would hate that.
I don't know how I feel about it. Who knows?
So, and the city's been paid a certain amount of money to do it, and he just is not happy with it. So he sent out a tweet, which I can't find right now, and it may be from his personal Twitter. I actually think it is, but he basically said that's akin to basically rape.
No, not basically.
Oh,
He just said that if this was something about consent,
oh yeah.
Metro Council, I don't know.
And so, of course, Twitter lost its damn mind because anytime there's anything mentioned about rape, and they get highly offended by it, even though it's words on screen. I know we're in this era of don't trigger anyone, but come on, man. I mean, there's worse. I've seen worse things on Twitter.
Like what? Avengers spoilers?
Just now, browsing through here. There's right wing Nazis on here. There's hardcore Antifa leftists on here. There's
You're on there.
I'm on there. So I mean, if you want to hate someone, come hate us at Blame Your Brother. And so his mentions really blew up on that, and it gets into this. Where are we at with it? Are we going to be offended every time someone says something we don't agree with, or we think it's too? I mean, is that the era you want to live in, Lee, where people are crying about someone making a Twitter reference
rape
about
joke?
rape? Yeah.
So you're telling me you're okay with rape jokes?
I'm pro free speech.
You're pro rape joke.
I'm pro free. I've
right.
heard rape.
Noted.
I've heard rape jokes before, and they were funny. And they're from the comedians that pushed the boundaries in New York. Yeah, I think they're funny. Patrice O'Neal, that whole crew, Bill Burr. Yeah, they've made rape jokes before, dude. It's funny if told correctly. Anything can be funny. We've talked about this before on the show. Anything can be funny if you
spend time and
phrase
do it right.
Yeah, if you do it right. Yeah. So I'm not going to tell someone, no, you can't ever tell a joke about this or that. There were comedians telling jokes about 9/11 the day after it happened. I mean, so.
Too soon?
I mean, there's people that still think it's an inside job. I mean, you could highly just be offended by anything. So where do you stand? Where do either of you stand on it?
I saw it, glanced over it, didn't pay a second mind to it, and then I started seeing the comments on it, and I'm like, oh yeah, well maybe he did step out of line a little bit.
Is he a habitual line stepper?
I think that he wants to step on that line now.
Of course.
So no, I think he did what he wanted to do. I think more so. If it was a complete accident, then it was an accident in his favor. Let's say it that way.
Sometimes a happy accident's good. John, where you stand on it?
I'm kind of with you, man. It's just free speech. I mean, if you don't like the way somebody talks or the things that somebody says, then don't listen to them.
Can you read the tweet, John? Are you capable of reading
No.
it?
I'll read it. Where's it at? I don't see it. Oh, okay. Sorry, Jason. I was looking at the webpage up there. If Mayor Briley were a real boy and the Metro Council were a real person, this would be called rape because he just took this money with no consent. I mean, that's not even. I'm like Lee. I read it and literally just went, "It's Jason." Okay, it's I mean, he's saying it's akin to Mayor Briley is raping the city. I think actually that's an appropriate metaphor if that's how you feel.
Well, there's a lot of like online gaming communities that came out against that because that was a word that was used a lot in gaming. Like if you were, or even like in sports, professional sports, if your team was handling someone with minimal effort, people would say, "Oh, I'm raping you," or "get raped," or whatever.
Right.
So there is a group of people that have been raped before and would be triggered by that word. That's all I'm saying. There's sometimes I'm telling you where people coming
I know,
from.
and I hate the word triggered. Brandon in the chat says people are offended by this question mark, and I agree it's dumb. But there's people just outrage city, and they just say they're probably like searching rape. They probably have like a rape, tweet deck. You can set up all the different screen. They got a rape one there, and they're just like, oh, come on, baby, come to papa. And so they get it, and then they just start, oh, you're a terrible person. You need to take it down, and apologize. Jason, any good Twitter person will know you don't delete tweets.
But
you don't delete tweets. Okay, once you put it out there, it's out there, baby. Whether you want it to be or not.
No, he said that.
He's a man.
He said he has worse on there already. So but let's look at it this way. Okay, so a word. So I'm willing to say the R word, but I would never say the N word. So there are some words that people think that you shouldn't say.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
In that regard, I think some people think that word carries more emotional weight, especially if a victim gets triggered by it. I think that's where they're coming from. It's like it's not something you joke about because it is something that's so dehumanizing and something so forcefully violent. There's nothing that competes with it.
But then
and that's why we shouldn't joke about it. That's why we shouldn't bring it to the forefront. And that's why it should have its place as a reserved word.
It's Brandon, context. It's all about context. If you're going on there going, I'm going to rape people and take away their freedom, I mean, all right, dude, stop. That you've stepped over a line now that really you shouldn't be doing. To use an analogy, he's using an analogy basically saying city's getting screwed. I mean, screwed, is that a trigger word? Like, screwed them. Oh, screwed them.
No, I think screwed would be with consent. I don't know.
Screwed them, you mean raped them. That's what it means, man.
There's carpenters out there that take offense at you saying the word screwed.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. It's very bizarre. But anyways, Jason, go follow him, Scoop Nashville, scoopnashville.com, on Twitter at ScoopNash, and you will be entertained. He's got some funny videos on there from the NFL draft of drunk people being drunk, which is always entertaining.
When's that not funny?
Right.
What I don't get is, like, even on his homepage, he has a story about a Metro Council candidate calling a black woman an ape and says it's a joke.
Yeah.
But nobody is getting, like, he posted this story.
Right.
There's no one getting equally as offended at that.
That's true.
And, like, this dude is, like, saying, like, women need to stay in the kitchen, men are better.
Oh.
And, like, where's the outrage for this guy? The problem is that Jason Steen is having a little bit of success, and people don't like it. So they're, like you said, they got them alerts. They're reading every tweet, and they're like, he calls people out, and they're in line waiting for their turn to call him out. So that's all it is. At the end of the day, that's really all this is, right?
It's great watching him blow up like this, and the comments from people are simply amazing. He's got some voicemails people have sent him. It's great. I mean, that's when you know you've made it. We'll get there.
The
we'll get
voicemails.
there. I don't get those voicemails.
I thought we had some voicemails.
Oh, in the past,
From the guy, the movie actor that wanted to kill someone.
Yeah. What's his name? Liam Neeson.
Neeson.
That's right.
And then the dictator of third world countries.
Kim Jong-un.
I mean, we're way bigger than Jason Steen at this point.
Jason Steen, sit down, you're done.
Maybe Putin will comment on your Twitter or something.
Make some more rape jokes. Okay. All right, just kidding. We love Jason. All right, so we're going to get into some real stories and talking about social media, talking about people getting banned from social media, which we will jump into. Facebook, the company that's just transparent and doesn't steal your data, bans Louis Farrakhan, Milo Yiannopoulos, InfoWars, aka Alex Jones, and others from its platforms as quote-unquote dangerous. Okay, so let's look at the cast of characters here. People you would never want to be stuck on an island with for 100. So
what surprised me most about this story is how Milo looks these days. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Like, he probably spends more on his haircut than my car cost. But where does he get his money?
He's got a legion of people that love him.
I was reading he had to, like, cancel his tour because his sponsor pulled out and they didn't have money. And he was like, I know there's going to be hundreds of people there. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Is Milo really as popular as we think he is?
In the alt-right community, yes. He's like a rock star. No different than Alex Jones.
I would say Alex Jones is way bigger than Milo.
Okay, so...
But maybe it's not. It's like Milo has like the racism angle, I think,
Yeah.
right? I don't think Alex Jones is... I think he is a racist based on some of the videos I've seen of him in public.
Right.
But he doesn't push that on his media outlet,
Not that I'm aware of. So I went, and a couple weeks back, I met up with family, my wife's family, and I've known they're kids, but now they're adults. I've known them since they were kids, and now, they're Tyler's his name. I don't know how to describe it. Tyler's in his 20s now. He's in college. And last time I met him, he was on the Bernie train. He was like, choo, choo, let's do socialism. My wife's cousin, who,
Okay.
I mean, every
You
time
don't
we
want to
get...
drop names? Can we call him
No,
Randy?
I just said Tyler.
He
Oh,
just said
okay,
his name.
Tyler.
He
Sorry.
was doing something. Okay.
I was staring into Milo's dreamy eyes.
Thank
I
you.
apologize.
Well, a lot of people do that. So anyway, when he was on the Bernie train, and then I met him 2 weeks ago, he's on the Alex Jones thing. He's on WikiLeaks. He's on
What?
Inside Job. He's like he said all these WikiLeaks prove that the Pizzagate shit was probably real to some degree because this guy.
QAnon.
Yeah. All this. And it's crazy. So Alex Jones, yes, is very popular. I know many people. I know them. I associate with them that are Alex Jones fans. And I always tell them, this guy's trash. I mean, I'm just telling, like, they'll talk about him like, this dude's bad, okay? But anyways.
How do you go from Bernie to Alex Jones?
That is a rather large leap
I mean,
for any stretch of the imagination.
he said Bernie was part of the system. It was proven that he's...
I mean, he is part of the system.
You know, when you
right?
when you put someone up on an altar, when you exalt them as like a god almost, and they disappoint you, sometimes you flip to the completely other side. I mean, that
is
happens.
true. That is true.
So anyway, so this is Facebook's quote about it. We've always banned individuals or organizations that promote or engage in violence and hate, regardless of ideology. The process for evaluating potential violators is extensive. That's bullshit. But anyways, okay. So, I mean, here's what I mean, it's their platform. They can do whatever they want. You know, I've always thought.
You know what I think?
What?
I think Facebook needs to be taken away from
From us?
what's his face,
Who?
the owner.
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. They need to take Facebook away. They need to just make it a public utility. Because it's, I mean, just like the garbage. It's garbage anyway, right? So
Yeah.
just treat it like the trash. Have someone, it's free. It's out there. If they steal your data, it's the government anyway. They're already doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, it's silly.
So what do you think of the ban of those individuals? I mean, whatever.
Yeah, like who cares? Like who's on Facebook looking at Alex Jones?
The guy named
Okay,
Jeff.
so it's a good thing.
Jeff?
So it's a good thing.
Okay, so I've thought.
I mean, the true travesty is that Facebook could do it to anyone they wanted. They could
Right,
do it to
yeah.
me. They could do it to you. They could do it to
Yeah.
this podcast with zero repercussions, and there is instantly no outlet for that speech. They're
Right.
taking away that platform, and people will say, "Well, it's an independent, it's an independent organization. They can do whatever they want." I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel like Facebook at some point it gets too large to matter. It's like if we privatized roads and then they were like, Alex Jones is not allowed to be on public roads anymore.
Okay.
I mean, would that be fair?
I wouldn't say so, but I mean, some people would, but I don't know. They would say it's fair, but they might be for it. But John, I mean, you have a problem with this at all? Facebook and really look at it as Facebook saying we're doing a good thing here. We are taking this hate speech off where people's minds won't be polluted and people won't engage in, crimes of hate and things like that. I mean, is there a line you can walk there or no?
I mean, it's weird because, I mean, for the most part, the only people that can see that are the people that are for those people anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is taken away. It's censorship. And
It is censorship, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about like the cake people that don't make gay cakes
I'm
or
for
gay
it.
weddings?
Hey, if it's against your beliefs, then you shouldn't have to
So
serve it.
Facebook is a private company. Can they not?
No,
kick
it's still censorship, though. I mean,
So is the gay cake a censorship issue?
in that sense, yes. I mean, they are discriminating against people in that respect.
So
but
is it discrimination or is it censorship?
Well, I
or is
think-
it both?
it's both. I mean, definitely you can see, you know, you look at those people, I don't see any, well, I mean, I don't know what Farrakhan is. I mean, he's a whole nother entity, but they're all right-wingers. And that's been the knock on.
Right. I think Louis Farrakhan's a pretty conservative dude in his own beliefs.
Oh, yeah, right. And I'm just going to tell you, he's the worst of all the people on there. The man had Malcolm X murdered, okay? It's been pretty much proven. And never suffered the consequences for this. It's crazy to me.
Are you going on a little conspiracy rant here?
No,
It's proven.
Oh,
Wouldn't Alex Jones say all his stuff is proven?
Many people
read the facts.
Many people have come forward and said, yes, they don't know who did it.
You've heard it here.
I mean, it'd be no different than just, I'll pick Mormons and but like the out branch of Mormons, the ones that go off once they're in their own community and someone dies, I mean, how are you going to investigate a murder? I mean, no one's going to talk to you and they're not going to have any witnesses and it's just going to happen. It's the same thing with that. It's a radical, branch off of the Islam nation. It's no different. I don't understand why he is anti-Semitic. Like, you can say Milo Yiannopoulos is racist, and he probably is. He hasn't been in the media for 30, 40 years. This guy is anti-Semitic as they come. He blames the Jews on a lot of things, and he's like on all these networks all the time. I'm like, what is going on here? I don't understand. I guess I can maybe.
So you were pro-ban or anti-ban?
Oh, ban them.
Ban them.
I mean, they're jerks.
But I mean, how much does Facebook really contribute to their voice, to the dissemination of the information?
Well, I think because of the share. So everybody in the chat tonight is putting out some great comments. Brandon pretty much said it's not even a social media site anymore. It's a news site, which it pretty much is. That is true. But it does, as Jason said, kind of sarcastic, but true, you can share things. And the share feature, if I'm someone, and we saw it, the election was decided on Facebook. Okay, you said collusion, the Russians did, however it was done, they influenced the election. This has been proven that people in the middle that aren't hardcore this way or that way might read Alex Jones. They don't know who that guy. Let's say they don't know who the guy is. They start listening, going, "Oh, this guy's a good guy," or Milo Yiannopoulos. "Oh, this guy's all about free speech. I love him," or whatever.
But isn't this like the foundation of America? For a new generation? Like, didn't America become founded because we wanted the principles of freedom? We wanted to choose our religion. We didn't want to be prosecuted because of that choice. Yeah. And the communication channels were limited, but isn't this kind of like the new wave of freedom? So like in a lot of ways, if we ban these people, like that's like against the First Amendment. And yeah, maybe it comes down to public or private traded companies so they can do whatever they want. But to me, like, we broke up Bell South back in the day because it was monopoly.
Yeah.
These social media sites, like, we know we were banned from YouTube, and we were like, what do we do? We have no power in this situation. Yeah. So I think there is danger in this, but I think what needs to happen is realistically, we as a people need to wake up and be able to tell the difference between when someone shares something that this is fake news, that this is a bad source of information, than to be coddled into banning these people outright.
But it's not a news network where anything's vetted. So,
but that's the future of media. That's my point. Like, news is going away because it sucks. Okay, this social connecting of the internet, bringing everyone closer together, is the future. Okay, so I mean, it's up to us as people to educate ourselves on what you should be able to tell what a true trustworthy news source is or not, right? Aunt Margaret is not the person that you should be looking at on Facebook trying to get educated.
Probably not.
Okay,
John, what do you got?
I think that if Facebook really wanted to help us, they'd have like an anti-share button where any story that's shared, it won't appear on your page if you choose for that to happen or not.
I think that, do they have that? I don't know. I honestly, I don't know enough about Facebook. But, okay, so the real question is, you had to be stuck with one of these guys on a deserted island for the next 30 years. Who'd you pick? You got Farrakhan, Alex Jones, Milo Yiannopoulos.
Probably Farrakhan, just because he's got to have some great stories. Like you said, he's been in the game for 30, 40 years. I could just drill him every day. Hey, did you kill him? Did you kill Malcolm X? Come on, tell me the truth.
He might kill you.
Probably not. If it's just me on an island, he's probably not going to kill me.
He's probably going to kill you.
I'd like get in good with him, you know.
Right, so
tell him some Louis Farrakhan jokes,
okay,
you know.
Farrakhan. John, who would you pick of those three?
I'd probably pick Alex Jones because I think I can get away from him easiest.
Who?
Alex Jones.
Oh yeah, you and Alex Jones would get along.
I would pick
I don't think we
Alex.
would.
I think you would. You and Alex Jones would be like buddies.
I would pick Alex Jones. I'm not hanging out with Milo.
Alex
Yiannopoulos,
Jones
so
would-
I'm sorry, but there's no
Alex
that
Jones
guy,
would kill you.
No, me
Yeah,
and
he
Alex
would.
Jones would be like bros
In your
for life.
sleep.
We'd be bros.
Yeah, you.
I mean, if I was on Desert Island with the guy, I'd start but like just going, all right, dude, okay, just spin your conspiracy theories. No one's around, so I'm just gonna say they're all true. They're all, hey, everything you
Give
say
him
is
some
true.
more. Just be like, hey, did you know Louis Farrakhan killed Malcolm
There
X?
you go. Well, I'm sure he
Get him
already-
started on that one.
So I think he would be the easiest. It'd be terrible with any three of them. Molly Napa is just too over the top. If people don't know who this guy is, he is a alt-right gay man, and he only sleeps with black men, as Jason was saying in the chat. So he just says whatever he wants. He just says anti-black things, anti-gay things, anti-this, anti-that, and a lot of people think it's all shtick. You know, he's just pushing buttons, and I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. But anyways, okay. So I just thought that was an interesting story to go. Let's get more controversy. Halima Adine makes history as the first model to wear a hijab and burkini in Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. This made the big headlines this week. She made history, and she will be wearing a hijab and burqa in the swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated. So, John, you already gave me a look. What are we thinking about this? I mean, you're looking at the
I
picture
mean,
now.
they're probably not going Sports Illustrated for the hairdo. So
Right.
You can't even see her hair.
That's what he's saying.
that's what I'm saying.
But you can't see anything because she's covered by the
I don't know.
burkini,
She's got some leg shape there,
which is covered.
but it's very like if you're from that culture, that's probably exciting, right?
I don't know that culture.
It's like in Victorian when you show a little ankle.
Have you seen the Sports Illustrated? Half these women are practically nude now
Yes,
in this
I've seen
issue.
it.
You think that culture's going out and buying that magazine? I don't think so. So is this, everybody says good for her. Okay, we're not talking about good for her. Yes, good for anybody that reaches up and gets their nut, okay? You're a squirrel, get your nut, do it.
Did you just say
Make your cash, make your money.
Oh, wow.
I think I know whose fault this episode is.
But we're talking about her because, yes, I commend her for doing this. Yes, amen. Do it. Get yours. Why are they doing this?
That's what I was going to ask you. What do you think?
We know why they're doing it.
Why?
Because, man, it's 2019, bro. You got to be woke.
No. I'll tell you why they're
Okay,
doing
go ahead.
this.
Here we go.
Because they have tried everything they can do to get people to buy a Sports Illustrated swimsuit. And when I say they have tried everything, I mean they keep removing clothes.
Right.
They've had the nude athletes issue where they've
Right.
even got men. They're like, we'll put nude men in there.
I think that's ESPN body issue.
Well, it's the same thing. It's all the same industry, right?
Pretty much.
And then they're like, well, we'll put in a person that's missing a leg, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, dude, we're out of ideas and nobody's talking about us.
So
What
is
do we
that-
do? What if we put someone wearing clothes? in?
Is that John in the
What do we put
like
in a
John
hijab?
working at whatever Sports Illustrated? Guys, we need an idea, and John's like, "Hey man, why don't we get a girl wearing a hijab and a burkini?" And we're like, "That's dumb." And the boss like, "That's genius." And you're like, "Yes."
They throws you out the window
Yeah.
of the boardroom. Listen, and it's working because what are we doing?
We're talking about
We're
it.
talking about
Yeah,
it.
for sure. We're talking about it. I just think it's silly. But
But you have to understand, just from a peer, like if you're a Sports Illustrated swimsuit fanatic and you're like really going and like checking out the swimwear and the women, like for some cultures, this is like a leap, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like the fact that this picture, and it's not even just,
Uh-oh.
it's
Go
not
ahead.
even the fact that it's the magazine. It's like this picture will be disseminated to other countries, right?
That's true.
Right?
That's
So-
true. Well, I mean, good for her. I don't buy the Sports Illustrated edition anymore. I'm old enough, 42 years old. If I want to look at girls in bikinis, I have the internet, and if that's your thing, good for the women it supports. It's kind of a double-edged sword. I went to eat at Hooters the other day because every year they send me like free boneless wings for my birthday, and I'm like, all right. So I'm sitting inside Hooters, and I'm thinking, this place is so weird. It's such like a paradox of things here. I mean, it's demeaning to women, okay, because they make them wear the skimpy outfits. But also, you talk to the girls and they love it because they make a ton of money without having to strip. I've heard many of them say.
Well, and a lot of them have causes that they're able to put forward. Like people will go find them on social media, follow them, find
Right.
their outlets, and then they can say, hey, we need to, help the UN. Like this lady's a UN ambassador. So,
I mean, I like that. And you know what? Hey, good for her. Get in there. But, I mean, I just don't even understand the appeal of the swimsuit issue anymore. ESPN's running nude athletes,
I think
bro.
the chat has it. It's Mormon porn.
Oh, Mormon.
Mormon porn.
Oh, is it Mormon porn, John?
I don't even know what that term's supposed to mean.
The chat has spoken. Do not knock the blamers. They're asking you, is this Mormon porn? Yes or no?
No,
because like you can go down to any bookstore and buy it, right? And then like disguise it. You could buy like a Bible and the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
Because those two get bought together all the time.
You know, and then some like you know, but like if you went down to the head shop, they'd be like, "What,
brother? It ain't porn."
Do you think Mormons look at this instead of Playboy? I mean, it's a serious question to
No,
not
I mean,
to just the Mormons.
I think if you're looking at the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue to get your nut, whatever. It's just as bad as if you were to look at Playboy, if like real nudity. So I mean, it's still. I mean, it's the reason why you're doing it that makes it bad.
But do you think it appeals to? I mean, not just Mormons, and anybody can speak on it. I think it might appeal to religious people.
I think it appeals to people who are under the age of 18 that can buy that, but they can't buy Playboy.
Okay, Lee. Is it Mormon porn? Just yes or no.
So I don't
just
know.
wanted a yes or
There's
no.
actually a thing called Mormon porn on the internet. It's called bubble porn. Have you seen this?
No. John, have you?
No.
I'll let you guys Google that later. Bubble porn. Just look it up.
NSFW, correct?
Oh, very.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll look at it later.
I mean, it's like MSFW.
Just like
not
soaking.
safe for Mormon
Okay,
work,
gotcha. Okay.
but everyone else may like.
Oh, okay.
It's up there with Sports Illustrated.
Okay.
There's like no nudity. You know.
Well, good for her. Hey, applaud her. Good job. Do your thing, girl. You know, it's what it is. All right. Any more stories, or is it time for Dear John, baby?
I don't know if you want to talk. If you want to go deep into the
we
pit.
got time into that, brother. All right. It's time for John to solve world problems on Dear John. All right, here we are. It's Dear John. Lee has the question. He will read it. John will give the answer. Let's do it.
This one comes in. Dear John, my friend Russ is a sweet, quiet, reserved guy with a goofy side.
So is John.
He's in his mid-20s but has never kissed a girl or gone out on a date.
It's Kenny.
He's the kind of person girls regard as a brother figure. He has no confidence, doesn't drink, dance, or let loose. I have seen his dating profiles, and they are brutally unappealing. I want to help Russ find someone before it's too late. I hate seeing him lonely. He needs someone to give him a chance and help him to learn to be more confident. I know it's wrong to try to change someone, but I feel if he doesn't get some help, no one will give him the time of day. He needs a sense of adventure and, frankly, a change of wardrobe. How can I help this good boy to get the attention of the ladies? From Amanda.
Amanda, why don't you give him some attention?
Oh, my God.
You keep talking about how great a guy he is,
Holy
but
crap.
why don't you,
Oh, God.
if he's so great, why don't you step in those shoes, okay? Why don't you go out with him?
Sounds a little bitter.
I'm just saying, I mean,
Little?
I've been there. I've been there. Oh, I wish I've had so many girls tell me growing up, oh, why can't more guys be like you? Have you heard that phrase?
Not really.
I have.
What?
I have, plenty of times.
What? I really haven't. But what? So you make me laugh, John.
I'm just saying.
What does it mean, John? What does it mean, John? Get to the point. What does it mean? They don't like the way the guy looks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
We're going to sit around and we're going to stop acting like guys are the only one getting it. Okay, we get the Sports Illustrated, but you know what? At least we admit we're getting it, okay? At least we're out in the open with it. These women... Yes, not the Mormons. But look, these women hide behind this fake thing of, looks, we're not our thing, we're not judging men. And all. It's all garbage, okay? They are in the worst. John.
Yeah.
Women are worse than men when it comes to judging looks, because I guarantee you.
Well, probably equal.
No.
Probably equal.
No. A guy can go from like a 2 to a 10 easy. Okay, I honestly believe that. Whatever. Lee loves 400-pound ladies.
I disagree with you.
Lee,
it's easier for a woman to go out and get makeup and nice clothes.
Okay,
That's
so-
more acceptable. If John showed up wearing red lipstick, we would look at him funny.
Well, yeah, I mean, because that's not what men do in 2019.
But you said it was easier for a man to go from a 2
No.
to a 10.
To date a 2 from a 10.
Oh.
Date.
I thought you meant it was easier for a man to go up levels.
No.
No,
artificially.
sorry. You're right. It probably came with no. Date. Women generally will not date anything below a 5 for sure. And he must meet certain
Well, if they don't have
invisible
money.
check marks. They will. They love bad boys. They do. Most women will be honest with you. They go through a period and maybe their entire life they love bad boys. This guy, here's what, dude.
Not a bad boy.
Look, if you want to get this guy a woman, you get off Tinder, number one. Get him off these dating sites. This ain't work. Tinder is for hooking up. It's not for finding dates, okay? Let's just keep it real in 2019.
What do you really know about Tinder?
Just what I've read.
Okay.
I mean, but it is for hooking up, right? Like, I'm not.
I think that's how it started.
I think it still is. Everything I've read online is like, oh, scoop dating. Yeah, that'd be good. I think you need to introduce him to different women. You know, introduce him to some quieter women. It sounds like you're probably loud. You're introducing to all your loud, cool. You know, this girl's probably not even cool, but she thinks she is. Cool friends. It's just there's got to be someone out there.
I've got it. Just need to find the Lord and join a nice Mormon church.
Oh. Uh-oh.
And then
I think Lee's saying that. That's the only way John could get married.
You'll be the bad boy of the group then.
Oh,
okay.
Well, wait a minute. Now, hold on. He's onto something there.
Yeah, but she said he doesn't drink.
Well, he could fake it. He could fake it. I mean, he could come in with a whiskey bottle full of sweet tea.
He probably drinks.
Sweet tea just.
He probably drinks Coke or something. You know.
Can you make a good boy?
I drink Coke.
I know exactly. You're the bad boy of the Mormon church, right?
Bad Mormon. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at the first question. Can a good guy turn into a quote unquote bad guy, dangerous guy? I don't want to say bad guy, but they're dangerous. And women do. They like dangerous guys. Okay, I mean,
I think you can go the other way, but it's pretty much impossible unless you get like hit in the head with a 2x4 and you wake up a new person. A timid, shy person is living their best life. They don't want to change. They're probably not. I'm not going to say it's impossible.
But he's complaining, right, about not having girls. And
He's
all that.
not. The man is. He might be happy for all we know.
It's true. He could be asexual for all this goes. I mean,
if say Amanda's married and she's got it, so he's off limits. Basically,
okay, let's say that.
Let's say that. My advice would be to get Amanda to get him to go someplace where he does feel confident. Everybody's got something that they're good at.
Yeah.
And confidence it's attractive.
Yeah, that's true.
So if he appears to be confident, if he appears to be having fun, he'll look more attractive than if he's just sitting in a corner.
Is he good looking, did she say? If not, he's not.
She didn't go there.
Okay,
so
he's not
Just
attractive.
assume he's a 5.
No, he ain't no 5, brother. I'm a 5, okay? He's like a 1.
He's
according to
Quasimodo on a bad day.
Look, you do need now the outfit stuff. I can see that. Okay, most dorks don't know they're dressing like dorks. Okay, it's just factual. They don't because they don't care. You know. So yeah, take the man out and buy him an outfit or two. We can go out on a freaking date. She may be holding this guy back because she wants a friend for the rest of her life. I don't know how it's going. I'm not into that weird stuff. But yes, take him outfit shopping. Just that little bit could help. It really could. But John gives some good advice. He needs to go where he's comfortable. If he's just comfortable inside his own home by himself, well, he'll just be alone for the rest of his life. And maybe I'm with John. Maybe have you asked this guy?
Look, I would just say renew your subscription to World of Warcraft and try to find you an e-girl.
There you
okay,
go.
it happens.
There you go.
Okay, just let the rest of us live our lives.
Beware of catfishing.
Or not. He's never going to meet him. He doesn't leave his house. So
Maybe
he's
he's
good.
into noodling. Yeah.
I mean, if you were in an online relationship for 30 years and they were lying about what they look like, does it really matter at some point? I mean, really does
If
it?
you know you're never going to see him,
Who
then
is
I
in
guess
an
it doesn't
online
matter.
relationship for 30 years
Oh,
and never meet.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, 30 years is extreme.
I think in the future,
Most people have not even been alive for 30 years.
I think in the future, a lot of it's going to be avatar-based dating. If we can find ways to repopulate the earth, I think nobody would leave their house if you could just get satisfaction out of a machine or online with connecting with emotionally with people. A lot of people connect now online emotionally, and they never meet these people.
I can definitely see that. Actually.
30 years, yeah, it might be much, but I don't know. So, but yeah, hopefully this guy's doing all right. Okay, so
I think John had it at the opening though. That's probably the best advice John's ever came with, and that's stop writing in to our show and just date the dude.
thank you, dear John. Stop listening to our show. Stop writing in. All right, so I had this thought the other night. So I was thinking how I think it was warm in our house. I think we had turned the air up too high, and I was sitting there, and everybody was complaining about it, and I just thought, look where we're at today. Look where we're at. I mean, we are bitching about central heating and air inside our house. We're just 200 years ago, 200 to 300 years ago, you didn't even have that. You were just either hot or cold or anything. And that made me think about how far we've advanced technologically in just what, what would you say? Like in just 50 years, how far we've advanced? It's wild, right?
Wild.
And so if we continue this growth of technology, we may be where I was at, avatars and all that, but does it ever bother you to think that maybe, now just hold here, maybe we'll reach a point where technology does take over and it's like a reset and then we end up back where we start. So it's a big circle of life type thing. I mean, I could see this happening.
Do we have a conspircy alarm that
I
we
wish
can
we
shoot
did.
off? Because I am pretty sure we're just robots anyway.
You think so?
Yeah.
But how would that work?
Because I've said this before, but computers are binary, ones and zeros.
Mm-hmm.
Humans are 4 pieces, G, C, A, and D. It's DNA. We're programmed. And like robots, you can think of robots having like solar panels absorbing. We just eat food and then we poop it out, right? Like that's like self-sustaining
this is
energy.
true.
If you
This
don't
is
need
true.
energy, you die.
Yeah.
Robots need energy. What do we constantly do?
Yeah, that's true. Energy. We're all about energy. Yeah. Whether food.
So we're programmed with our DNA, and then we're energy consumers.
Okay. Well, whatever.
So yeah, we're gonna create a robot to replace us. 100%. Yes.
And do you think that will recycle like life? I was like, man, maybe
Sure.
this is like the Matrix. Maybe we're on our 4th or 5th go here.
Well, a lot of people do believe we're in a virtual reality, but that's probably true.
Oh, I was thinking about that the other day. Yeah. Huh.
We've talked about all this before on the show anyway.
So where are we
Is
gonna?
this going to end up into an Amazon plug for our affiliate link?
I mean, it
Is
should
that where
be,
this is going?
Go shop on Amazon. Use our Amazon affiliate link at blameyourbro.com. No, I just something I want to think about. So you kind of you don't really believe, but you think it's a good theory.
What?
Robots. We're
No, I
robots.
really believe that.
No, you don't.
I really
No,
believe that.
Lee, no, come on, it's stupid.
Okay,
John,
it's fine.
are we robots?
I don't think we're robots.
Okay. There's no way you believe that. You're just saying.
Why is there not a way
But
I
I
believe
mean,
that?
I do believe that there is a possibility for a technological holocaust.
Yes.
Okay, so
Wait a second. Okay,
let me
I
put
will
this.
give you. I'm
Do
jumping
you
on
ever-
your side. I'm jumping on your side. For John to believe the things that John believes, yes. Now I guess you could believe the things you believe.
Okay,
yes,
let me
I will
ask.
say that.
So let me
then.
fire a question across the table to John. Do you believe that our consciousnesses could ever be uploaded into a computer?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, then how could we not be robots then? Like if we could program a robot to hold our consciousness, then how could you not make then what is a robot at that point? It's just a thing that holds your consciousness. It's just a whole like people say it's a virtual reality, and I don't see how any Christian or anybody that believes in some kind of creation theory doesn't see the parallels between a God creating a universe and someone creating a virtual reality. There's literally no difference, right? Especially a God who's all powerful and can do whatever they want to the virtual reality, can change it at any point. Like that's like, virtual reality 101. It's like playing Sims, You're like locking people in the bathroom and stuff.
I don't know what Sims you're playing.
You're whispering into woman's kill your baby.
Here's some things I can proudly say about myself. I've never played Sims. I've never played Warcraft, and that's two of the.
But you have played Fortnite.
Oh, I love
which is the
Fortnite.
worst of all.
I was playing Fortnite just yesterday. Yes, I still love it. So, all right. So I guess anything else we missed on this fine episode? Jason Steen says he wishes he still had the major key because there were so many good ones. Please throw those up in the chat because we need to name the episode after the show runs out. And so if you could help us name it, I've got a few, I guess, in my head, but I would love to see what you got. So
yeah, we're gonna bring that back. As like it was supposed to be replaced by Name the Show, but we're
Right.
not clever people and couldn't think of a name segment. So instead, we came up with Who's to Blame.
Who's to blame? So we look at each episode and where it landed, how it got there, and we got to ask the question of the three hosts, who's to blame for this week's episode? So Lee, where do you stand?
I think me and John are both saying you're to blame for dropping a squirrel reference unpurposely.
Purposely. I mean, it's like it's that song. It's just a squirrel girl trying to get a nut. What's that song? What song is that, John?
I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
Humpty
Man.
Dance, maybe?
It's
I don't know.
CNC Music Factory. What's that stupid song called?
Dance?
I don't know. I got those good vibrations. No, that's Marky Mark. What is the CNC Music Factory? Everybody dance now. Doom, dun, 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 dun.
It's literally called Everyone Dance.
Okay, there you go.
No, make you sweat till you bleed.
Yeah, and it's your world, and I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut to move your butt. Okay, that is a worse line than what I said. He's trying to get a nut to move your butt.
And that is why you're to blame.
Okay, there you go. So I'm to blame for this week's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 140. Let us know what you think on social media. And, hey, how do you find our social media? You go to blameyourbro.com. That's our website. All social media links are there. All the past episodes are there, and articles from our friend Adam Cox, who watched Love, Death, Robots. He did a review on it. I watched it. I liked it. I think he did. But go read his review, see what he thinks about it. All the ways to get the podcast are there. And if you want to buy things on Amazon for the upcoming apocalyptic holocaust, go to click on that Amazon link, and we get a small percentage of sales if you buy something. And, hey, buy one of those Blame Your Brother shirts because they are awesome. And I got to tell you that I wore one out the other day, and some guy walked up to me and goes, "Man, I love that shirt, dude. That's awesome." So then I came out of Kroger yesterday, and there were two women standing behind my car, and I thought they were just next to their car in the parking lot. And so I was about to get in. She goes, hold on. I got to get a picture of that bumper sticker. That is awesome. I love it. I'm going to send it to my brother. I was like, all right, cool,
Did you try to get their address and tell them you'd send them one? Maybe write a little
I thought
URL on the back?
No. I didn't have it with me. I did think, but I did say it's a podcast me and my brother do. Sorry, John. I didn't mention you because that was too much to explain at that point in time. But anyway, people love it, and you can still buy the shirt at blameyourbro.com. Get that. They're going out all the time. We love that. And don't forget, we're streamed every Thursday on Radio Vegas Rocks. If you go to radiovegas.rocks, you can get that, or get the app on your Apple Store or your Google Store, Radio Vegas Rocks. And we're also on Coming Right Up. We're streamed Friday nights at 10:30 p.m. So if you missed the live stream, you want to listen to it in real time, quote unquote, and listen to it as it goes, go to comingrightUp.org. That is a great website, great podcast. We love it. All that good stuff. And hey, there's even a chance for you to write into the show on the website, leave a voicemail. It's all there. No excuse not to go to blameyourbro.com. We love it. And with that being said, Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Burn this.
I'm sorry?
This must never be seen by anyone.
You want me to play it again?
Has anybody seen this?
Nobody has seen this.
They have to be found and
Today is
talked to.
Thursday, May 2nd, 122nd day of 2019. There are 243 days left in the year. On May 2nd, 2011, Osama bin Laden was killed by elite American forces at his Pakistani compound. They quickly buried at sea after a decade on the run. That is today's memory of the week. David John Wink, back to you.
Kissing you makes me feel like I'm kissing my brother.